Well, hi. This is Alex making video number 2, and I've given it a little bit of thought here as to how I'm going to do this in these videos. Like I said, I already mentioned, I am not a natural when it comes to speaking off the cuff, but I have a lot to say. The topic and the reason I'm making these videos is because I have had an experience with psychiatric medication that I think is worth sharing. And even if it's not worth sharing, it's worth monitoring, and it's worth having a medium that allows me to track my own health and progress. It's a lot easier to do this via video than it would be in writing and text. So I hope that's something that will facilitate sort of a stick-with-itness, if that's a word, because one of the problems of getting all mixed up in hard drugs and then getting off of them, of psychiatric medication, is that I have lost a lot of my abilities cognitively, and so writing things down in a way that's readable and coherent has become very difficult. It's difficult to speak also on the matter, so maybe the first few videos won't be as polished as maybe they'll become. Hopefully they'll get better, I don't know. Again, as I said in the intro, I am doing this for me, but if anyone finds these videos, there will be a lot there that they can benefit from. I don't want to get too much into my story because there'll be plenty of time for that. But there's just a couple of themes I want to touch on, and I'm gonna try to show my broad understanding of American popular culture. So here, watch this. So I saw this movie, the sequel to Wall Street. It was like called Wall Street 2. Very clever. I think there was a subtitle. But anyway, in the movie, the character played by Michael Douglas, like the 80s iconic character, Gordon Gekko, he gets sent off to prison for 20-something years, basically for insider trading, more or less. And one of the best bits in the movie is, when he gets out, he's got to struggle with the fact that, he lost 20 years of his life, for buying stocks from people who were going to sell their stocks anyway. And not making any statement as to the morality of insider trading of equities. He makes this speech to the younger character about how one thing that he learned in prison, he had always thought money was the prime asset in life, but it turns out after spending 20 years in prison, losing 20 years, he realized that the prime asset in life is time. And that resonates with me. I also remember I'm a Boston Celtics fan, and in 2010 the Boston Celtics played the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs. They were the team of LeBron James, the biggest star in the professional basketball at the time. And the Celtics were underdogs, and the Cavaliers were expected to advance, but they lost. And LeBron James was going to be a free agent. In the post-game news conference, they asked Celtics player Kevin Garnett, what his thoughts were about LeBron James and would he stay in Cleveland or go to some other team. And he said that, you know, it wasn't his, you know, he didn't know, but that from his own situation, coming from a small market team to go and play for the Celtics, that there are some things you can't get back, and youth you can't get back. So one of the themes when I talk about my past that's going to become sort of apparent is that there's a lot of loss there for me, because you don't get a chance to be 20 when you're 35. And I never had the chance to really be 19 and be 20 and 21 and all that. And that's something that you know, it's troubling. And it's something that I'm definitely going to make a point to discuss in this video. But that's part is the past. The other thing that I think is worth mentioning, and it's really important because I live with it every damn day, is that I have some already a little bit of concern, honestly, about if anyone does find this, about just people and their willingness to believe and their willingness to understand. Most people that I've encountered just casually in my life have not really been willing to be open-minded when I describe my experience. And I found this real common with other people who have been in my situation, other people who were on medication for a long time, psychiatric medication, and then suffered sort of extended withdrawal effects when they stopped taking it. And it's something that I deal with every day because of the medical problems that I have, and the restrictions that I have on my life, and in certain medical instances, the restrictions that I would have on what medicines I could take and things like that. But the fact is, I can go to the doctor, and even the doctor who put me in this situation, a psychiatrist who should know, theoretically, and they don't know at all. So I deal with this every day. The idea that that some person will make a judgment about me, and based on their own ignorance. And I don't mean that in the insulting sense. I mean that in the sense of their own lack of knowledge about a situation. And this is especially true of doctors who are invested in being ignorant, for obvious reasons. But this isn't, I don't intend to be especially anti-doctor, though some of that is inevitable because of the situation that I found myself in. But one thing that's changed for me, and something that I think is important if anyone ever does see this and is in a similar situation to me, is that you don't have to have the fear that you'll be misunderstood and you don't have to those worries that I have as an anxiety person are really not my worries to have, because it doesn't matter if some person who's ignorant of the facts does not believe me. Though it does take a psychological toll, for sure, and it's why it's so important to have communities that do offer support. In any event, I think that's sort of video number 2, and gonna ease into this a little bit and talk about what it's like being on psychiatric medication and getting off psychiatric medication, and I'm just going to talk from my experience and leave it at that. So this is me saying that's the end. Cheers.